Hi, I'm registered dietitian and nutritionist Wendy Wesley, and today was a great day. I took a tour of Daystar, the garden at Daystar. Robin Clemens gave me this compost to harvest tour of Daystar. We spent 30 minutes talking about nothing but compost. It was fantastic. And she gave me she picked some stuff right out of the garden and she gave it to me. And today I'm going to cook up a recipe, but I want to show you what I got. These are mustard greens. Chopped up, put in the salad. Rinse them, they're a little sandy, no big deal. Make a great salad, very, very high in calcium. And everything I'm going to show you today, everything I picked and everything she gave me is very, very high in calcium because they're all dark green leafy vegetables. She gave me some beautiful arugula. This is the spiciest arugula I've ever had. It's very spicy. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Normally I buy arugula at Trader Joe's. This came out of the garden today. I've never had fresher, more tasty and spicy arugula, kind of blowing my mind. But what I'm going to do for you today is a recipe that I absolutely love, and it's called a curly kale garlic saute. Now, greens are coming into season, and I have this recipe. It's so easy. A lot of people don't know what to do with greens. You think, oh, all you think is salad. And this is a way to cook them, eat them for dinner. Cooks up so fast. I love them. And here they are. She gave me two variety of kale, and this is the curly kale. And then this, she had a name for it, and I cannot remember it. She kind of called it the Dr. Seuss kale. So it kind of does look like something out of a Dr. Seuss cartoon. Anyway, I'm going to do both of them. They are, like I said, just out of the garden today. I can't wait to get started. What I want to say to you about dark green leafy vegetables. 2 cups of dark green leafy vegetables contains the same amount of calcium as 1 cup of milk. Okay, let me say that one more time. 2 cups chopped of dark green leafy vegetables, the greens, the arugula, this kale, spinach, 2 cups, same amount of calcium as 1 cup of milk. So I don't want you to think that that dairy is the only way to get your calcium. You can get a big load of calcium by eating dark green leafy vegetables, and they're coming into season. The collards are coming into season too, and I'll do more with collards later on. So I have here my trusty cast iron pan, and it is on this hot plate. It's heating up. I just washed it. People say, how do you wash it? What do you never, ever put into a cast iron pan? Soap. Never put soap in your cast iron pan. I use hot water and a green scrubby, and then I coat it with a little bit of oil, and that's all I do. And every time I talk about cast iron, people listen. So I'll do more on cast iron cooking in the future. So this is getting a little heated up. This recipe is so simple. It just has a few ingredients. It has, of course, the kale. I'm going to use this spice rub. It's called a West African spice rub, and it does have salt. It has sugar. It has anise and some lemon. But if you don't have this, you probably don't, you can just use just a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of lemon, or you can kind of do your own thing. But the sugar kind of mellows it. The salt kind of brings out the garlic. Oh, garlic's the other star of the show. I try and put garlic in everything. So I'm gonna use a toasted sesame oil. You do not have to use a toasted sesame oil. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. You can use good old-fashioned olive oil. You should always have olive oil in your house as one of those staples, along with garlic and salt and sugar and some other things. I have a complete list of staples on my website. I'm happy to share it with you. So let's get started. I'm going to put a little bit of this toasted sesame oil in this cast iron pan. It is getting warm. It's not super hot. And the reason it's not super hot is I don't want to scorch my garlic. So I'm going to do about, I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon and see how that goes. So I'm going to pour 1 second, that's about a tablespoon of, so 1 second, 1 pour, 2 seconds, 2 tablespoons, 1 second, 1 tablespoon, 2 seconds, 2 tablespoons. So it's getting going, and I'm going to get my garlic put together. Got my trusty knife, always have a sharp knife, and I'm going to give it a smash and another smash. And see, this peel on the garlic will just kind of fall off magically just by smashing it underneath my knife. So here, the peel of the garlic just kind of fell off easily. Give it a chop in half. I like to use a garlic press. You don't have to use a garlic press, but I just find it to be just kind of one of these time-saving things. And garlic gets real sticky on your hands, so that's why I like to use a garlic press. So give it a hard press, and see the garlic's going to come through the holes. See, it's kind of popping through the holes. There it is, into the oil. Okay. Now, again, not doing this super hot because I don't want to scorch my garlic, and I want my kale to cook up nice and slow. And you know what I didn't get? I didn't get a spatula. I'm gonna grab one. Okay, Hold on. Don't leave. Don't leave. Okay, spatula. I'm back. Spatula. Okay, let's get this going around in my pan. Maybe I'll turn the heat up just a little bit to get it going. Oh, I wish you could smell that. I can already smell the garlic going. Again, don't want to, not too high heat, don't want to scorch it. Let's get the knife and cut the curly kale. I'm going to do the curly kale in the pan first. It has less moisture, less water than this other kale. I can just tell by feeling it. This is a more fibrous kale than this one, so I'm going to put it in the pan first so it cooks a bit longer. Foods that have a higher, lower water content will take more heat and more time to cook. Okay, so yeah, I got these two left, and these are my mustard greens. Okay, so these are going to go second, and these are going to go first. Where's my knife? Here we go. What I do when I'm going to take off the stems, and what I do when I cut something like this, I kind of fold it in half. I kind of make it like a little ball, and then I get to chopping. All right, easy chop. Can't mess it up. All right, I have just chopped my kale, my curly kale, and what fits in my hand is about a cup. This is about a cup. And what's going to fit in my hand when I cut this, about another cup. So it's about 2 cups of this. And let me get some of my spice rub going into the pan. It's about a heaping tablespoon. Put it in. Again, I know you probably don't have this, in fact, but it's made in St. Pete. If you don't have it, it's okay. You can use a little bit of sugar. I have the brown sugar out. I have brown sugar in this little container. And of course, I have salt. So let's get that going. And so I'm kind of toasting the spices and the garlic in the pan. I am going to turn it up just a little bit because it's not kind of going the way I want it. So I'm new to this. This is a hot plate. Okay, going around in the pan, and let's chop our other variety that Daystar gave me today. And I'm going to include the stems because they're soft. If they were really woody and hard, I don't think I would include them, but they're nice and soft, so I'm going to include them. So again, folding in half, I'm going to give it a nice chop with my trusty sharp knife. Keep your knife sharp. The most dangerous thing in the kitchen is a dull knife. The best thing in the kitchen is a sharp knife. So now I'm hearing the garlic and the spice rub kind of sizzling around in the pan. Let's move it around. Again, this is toasted sesame oil, garlic, and spices, and the kale goes in the pan just like this. Psh. That was me. That wasn't the pan. But as this heats up, it's going to cook, and I'm just going to kind of turn it around. And what I'm doing is I'm lightly sautéing my, oh, I wish you could smell this. This is divine. You can also do this with butter. I've done this with butter. I do cook with butter, but this toasted sesame oil is just such a cool product. It's available in all grocery stores. It's International Collection sesame oil, and it's oil that's infused with toasted sesame seeds. It's fantastic. I don't necessarily, endorse a lot of like specialty products, but this one has really kind of changed my cooking. It's made it so much better. So here we go, around in the pan. So these greens are high in iron already, but because I'm cooking them in a cast iron pan, I'm going to get an additional dose of iron because the iron ions, say that 10 times real fast, iron ions from the cast iron will leach into your food and add more iron to your food. So if you do have issues with anemia, cooking in cast iron can give you an additional boost of iron. Okay. Maybe a couple more minutes and it's done. Let's see if I can pick it up and show it to you. It's not super hot. I think I can show you what it looks like. It's a heavy pan. Here it is. This is what it looks like. There it is, sizzling around. Just a few more minutes and it is ready to eat. So you see how fast I put that together. And that's great for a weeknight dinner, an accompaniment to your to a meat you're making if you do eat meat at dinner. Or this is also just a fantastic side dish. You could serve this with some barley or some quinoa, or you could put it in a bowl if you're making kind of those cool bowls that they have in restaurants that everybody's eating that I've been making at home a lot. I'm Wendy Wesley. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and today I made a curly kale garlic saute with some awesome kale I got from the garden at Daystar. Thank you, Robin Clemens. It was such a fantastic tour. Beautiful, beautiful garden and an incredible service to our community. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.